President Obama's mission at the summit is to highlight his overtures to Cuba. But these scenes of Castro supporters attacking Cuban dissidents outside the Cuban embassy in Panama prior to Mr. Obama's arrival here were a stark contrast to the spirit of engagement and dialogue he sought to portray. They did not dampen the president's plans to engage Cuba, which he welcomed Friday at a gathering of civil society leaders.
I'm pleased to have Cuba represented with us at this summit for the very first time.
Iris Tamara Perez Aguilera traveled here from Cuba and was among the dissidents beaten by Castro supporters. On Friday, she questioned President Obama's moves to engage Cuba's leaders.
He wants to soften his stance on the Havana regime, but what more proof does he want that the Havana regime is made of murderers and dictators?
The Obama administration has expressed serious concern about the incident, but the president believes engagement will eventually lead to more freedom for the people of Cuba.
As we move towards the process of normalization, we'll have our differences government to government with Cuba on many issues, just as we differ at times with other nations within the Americas, just as we differ with our closest allies. There's nothing wrong with that.
The first visible sign of the rapprochement came Friday when the two leaders arrived at the summit's opening ceremony, shook hands, and greeted each other briefly, signaling what Mr. Obama hopes is a new chapter in U.S. relations with a longtime enemy. Luis Ramirez, VOA News, Panama City.